Listening section directions. This test measures your ability to understand conversations and lectures in English. The listening section is divided into two separate timed parts. You will hear each conversation or lecture only one time. After each conversation or lecture, you will answer some questions on it. The questions typically ask about the main idea and supporting details. Some questions ask about a speaker's purpose or attitude. Answer the questions based on what is stated or implied by the speakers. You may take notes while you listen. You may use your notes to help you answer the questions. Notes will not be scored. In some questions, you will see this icon. This means that you will hear, but not see. Part of the question. Some of the questions have special directions. These directions appear in a gray box on the screen. Most questions are worth 1 point. If a question is worth more than 1 point, it will have special directions that indicate how many points you can receive. You must answer each question. After you answer, click on Next, then click on OK to confirm your answer and go on to the next question. After you click on OK, you cannot return to previous questions. In an actual test or during this practice test, a clock at the top of the screen will show you how much time is remaining. The clock will not count down while you are listening. The clock will count down only while you are answering questions. Click on Continue at any time to dismiss these directions.
Listen to a conversation between a student and an employee in the university's Career Services office.
Hi, I hope I'm not bothering you. I wanted to ask about the career fair coming up. Am I allowed to attend?
Hi Sarah, no bother at all, I'm here to help, of course. You can attend the career fair, it's open to all students. What brings you there?
Well, I'm a bit unsure. I'm only in my first year, and I thought these events were mainly for seniors.
That's a great question, Sarah. The career fair is for everyone, including freshmen. It's an excellent opportunity for you to explore different career paths, network, and learn more about what interests you.
That sounds good, but I'm not sure if I have enough experience or know what to say to the employers.
Don't worry, Sarah. The career fair is not just for experienced students. It's a chance for you to meet professionals, ask questions, and maybe even discover internships or part-time jobs. Employers expect students of all levels.
Okay, that makes me feel better, but what if I don't have a resume yet? Is that okay?
Absolutely. If you don't have a resume, we can help you create one. We offer resume building workshops, and you can also stop by our office for personalized assistance. It's never too early to start working on your resume.
That's reassuring. I also heard there might be workshops during the career fair. What are they about?
Yes, there will be various workshops on things like resume writing, interview skills, and professional networking. These are designed to help students like you feel more confident and prepared for their future careers.
Perfect. I'll definitely attend those. One last thing, do I need to register for the career fair?
Yes, it's a good idea to register. You can do that on our website, and it helps us plan for the number of attendees. Plus, registered students often receive additional resources and information.
Thank you so much, Miss Anderson. You've been really helpful. I feel more excited about attending the career fair now.
You're welcome, Sarah. I'm glad I could help. If you have any more questions or need assistance preparing, feel free to stop by our office. Good luck, and enjoy the career fair.
What is the main topic of the conversation between Sarah and Ms. Anderson? According to Ms. Anderson, what workshops will be offered during the career fair? Why does Ms. Anderson mention the need for students to register for the career fair? What is the likely outcome if Sarah attends the workshops on resume writing and interview skills? What can be inferred about the university's Career Services Office?
Listen to part of a lecture in an economics class.
As you know, economies aren't still. They go up and down like the ocean waves. Today, we'll learn about the interesting world of boom and bust cycles, where times of big growth end in significant shrinkage. Yes, Ross, what's your question?
Professor, does every good time in the economy lead to a bad time?
That's a great point, Ross. Not always. Some say that good times just mean fast growth, followed by natural corrections. But some things can make the bad times worse, like too much guessing, having too much debt, or unexpected problems. Picture our car going downhill now. Prices for stuff drop, investments stop, and companies let workers go. People lose jobs, confidence in buying things goes down, and things keep getting worse. It's a clear sign that economic cycles have good and bad parts, with opportunities and dangers. But here's the interesting part. Boom and bust cycles change over time. In the past, they often happened because people found new resources or made big tech advances. Now, things like the world getting more connected, new financial ideas, and the government getting involved are more important. So, what does this mean for the future? Can we guess or stop boom and bust cycles? The answer is tricky. While plans and tools can make the bad times less bad, stopping them might be impossible. But if we understand how they work and what happened before, we can be ready when they happen. Remember, economic cycles are part of our always changing world. By learning from the past and now, we can get ready for tough times and come out stronger. Now, who knows how the recent big interest in cryptocurrency fits into this? Let's talk about it.
What is the main topic of the lecture? According to the professor, what can make the bad times in the economy worse? Listen again to part of the lecture. Then answer the question.
Picture our car going downhill now. Prices for stuff drop, investments stop, and companies let workers go.
What does the professor mean when she says,
Picture our car going downhill now.
Why does the professor mention that boom and bust cycles change over time? How does the professor suggest we can be ready for tough economic times? What can be inferred about the professor's view on stopping boom and bust cycles?
Listen to part of a lecture in a biology class.
Today, we're going to learn about an interesting part of biology. It's about things that affect how much space animals or plants need to live, and how many of them there are over many years. Understanding these things helps us know how nature stays in balance in different places. Now think about a kind of plant or animal. What things do you think can change how much space it needs? Yes, Sarah?
I think the weather and how much food and water there is.
Great idea, Sarah. Those things like weather and food are really important. Now, let's talk more about it. Imagine a plant or animal that likes living in a hot, rainy forest. The rainforest has lots of rain, warm weather, and many different plants. This makes a perfect home for the plant or animal. It might have more space to grow compared to one that lives in a hot, dry desert. Now think about what happens when people change these places. For example, when trees are cut down, it can make the rainforest smaller, and the plant or animal might not have enough space to live, so there are fewer of them. Now let's talk about how many of these plants or animals there are. What things can change how many there are? Things like other animals eating them or having to compete with each other for things they need are important. Also, how fast they have babies matters a lot. Think about an animal that has a lot of babies quickly. Even if other animals try to eat them or they have to compete for things, there can still be many of them because they have babies so fast. Now, let's see how people can change how many of these animals there are. Bringing in animals from other places can be a problem. It can make the balance go off, and the animals that already live there might not be as many. This happens in many places in the world. Also, things people do, like making the air dirty or destroying where the animals live, can make them have fewer babies or make it harder for them to survive. When we look at how many of these animals or plants there are over many years, it's important to know how people have changed things. Things like machines and big cities have changed the places where animals and plants live.
What is the main topic of the lecture? According to Sarah, what factors can influence the size of the area in which a plant or animal grows? Listen again to part of the lecture. Then answer the question.
Imagine a plant or animal that likes living in a hot, rainy forest. The rainforest has lots of rain, warm weather, and many different plants.
What does the professor mean when he says,
Imagine a plant or animal that likes living in a hot, rainy forest.
why does the professor discuss the impact of human activities on habitats? What is the likely outcome when trees are cut down in a rainforest? What can be inferred about the professor's view on human-driven environmental changes?
Listen to a conversation between a student and her professor seeking approval for her plans for a term paper. Good morning, Dr. Smith. I hope you're doing well. I was hoping to talk to you about the term paper assignment.
Good morning, Jane, of course. I'm here to help. What do you need assistance with regarding the term paper?
Well, I've been brainstorming some ideas, and I wanted to run them by you to get your approval before diving in.
Absolutely, Jane. I appreciate your proactive approach. What topics are you considering?
I'm interested in exploring the impact of technology on environmental sustainability. I want to delve into how advancements in technology can contribute to or hinder our efforts towards a more sustainable future.
That sounds like a relevant and intriguing topic. What specific aspects of technology and environmental sustainability do you plan to focus on?
I thought of looking into renewable energy technologies, smart city initiatives, and the role of artificial intelligence in environmental monitoring. I believe these areas offer a comprehensive view of the subject.
Those are excellent choices, Jane. Renewable energy and smart city development are indeed hot topics, and the role of AI in environmental monitoring is cutting edge. How do you plan to structure your paper?
I was thinking of dividing it into 3 main sections, one for each subtopic. In each section, I'll discuss the current state of technology, its implications for environmental sustainability, and potential future developments.
That sounds like a well-organized plan. Make sure to provide a clear link between each section to maintain a cohesive flow. Have you considered any specific sources or references?
Yes, I've already identified some scholarly articles, reports, and case studies related to each subtopic. I plan to include a mix of primary and secondary sources to ensure a well-supported argument.
Excellent. It seems like you've put considerable thought into this. I approve of your chosen topic and approach. Just make sure to keep your focus and tie everything back to the main thesis.
Thank you, Dr. Smith. I appreciate your feedback and approval. I'll make sure to keep the paper well structured and focused. If I encounter any challenges along the way, May I reach out to you for guidance?
Certainly, Jane, feel free to reach out whenever you need assistance. I'm here to support you throughout the term paper process. Good luck, and I look forward to reading your work.
What is the main topic of Jane's term paper? What are the three main sections Jane plans to divide our paper into? What is Dr. Smith's role in the conversation? Why does Dr. Smith suggest maintaining a clear link between sections? What can be inferred about Jane's approach to her term paper?
Listen to part of a lecture in an earth science class.
Picture Earth a super long time ago. Huge ice moved through lands, and big areas were frozen under ice all the time. This wasn't pretend. It was Snowball Earth, a time of lots of ice about 600 million years ago. What made such a big change? Warm air gets trapped, making Earth hot. If it drops a lot, the planet gets super cold. But there's more. Big volcano blasts and land moving around also matter, changing how the air and oceans work, maybe making the weather extreme. Now, jump to a time called Petm, about 56 million years ago. Imagine thick forests in a place that's icy now. The world got way warmer really fast, about 5 to 8 degrees Celsius in just a few thousand years. What caused this fast warming? Clues say lots of methane got released, making Petm happen. This teaches us that tiny changes can make a big difference in the climate. It's like a fast warming story, reminding us about problems we might face now. Yes, Emily?
Professor, how are these old stories like today's climate change?
Good question, Emily. Even if things are different, the speed of change in old stories, like PTM, is a big warning. The quick warming now, because of things people do like burning fuels, is happening really fast. It makes us worry about big changes that can't be fixed. It's not just about heat. Quick climate change can mess up how oceans move, make extreme weather, and change nature really fast. Changes are already happening everywhere, from melting ice to rising seas and different farming. but learning about these changes from the past and now helps us take action.
What is the main topic of the professor's lecture? According to the professor, what triggers extreme glaciation in snowball Earth? What does the professor mean when he says,
It's like a fast-warming story.
why does the professor mention the Paleocene-Eocene thermal maximum? What is the likely outcome of large-scale methane releases, as mentioned by the professor? What can be inferred about the professor's view on studying past and present climate changes?